has a herpes outbreak with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend doesn't have herpes, that she would, first off, she would call it cooties, which was, right off the bat, I thought, well, that's a cool way to approach it. Oh yeah, I'm having a cooties outbreak or whatever. I'm having my bout of cooties. We can't have sex. But then after digging a little deeper and exploring that with her a little bit more, came to find out that even though she called it cooties, it was still very shameful. And whenever she would bring it up, it would be just surrounded with shame. And it reminds me of yet another layer of the perspective that we can have. Like, a lot of the Herpes Opportunity focuses on, the disclosing to people, because a lot of people feel like they're alone and they're not going to be able to find a partner, find someone to accept them. But there's also the consideration of, well, once you do find that partner and they do accept you, do you still have the shame about having herpes? Like, they've already accepted that, and yet you still have the shame in yourself. And how do you handle it? And how might that actually impact your relationship and the intimacy in your relationship? I know that in my relationship with my girlfriend, well, my now ex-girlfriend, at first it was, it was kind of like tiptoeing around it. And then it got to the point where it was like, you know what? I'm going to actually have some fun with this. Right? I started calling it my man period. I was like, honey, sorry, I have my man period. Actually, I wouldn't say sorry. It was like, all right, so I'm on my man period now. So if we want to get intimate, then we're going to have to find some other ways to do that, because you're not going to be going down there. And she would play right back with me and be like, oh, but I would really love to have sex with you. And I'm like, nope, you're not going to go down there. I'm having my man period. And what would actually come from that sense of play and, like, just taking it for what it is. It's like, okay, so the fact is that I want to keep you safe. I love you. And you're not going to be going down there. We're not going to be having sex because I'm having an outbreak. What else can we do? Because we're still attracted to each other. We still want to be intimate with each other. And there's plenty of other things to do during that period of time when you're having an outbreak. And we came up with all sorts of fun, sensual, sexy things to do that didn't involve going down there. No genitals whatsoever. Imagine that. And we would talk about it afterwards and say that it actually, number one, we really enjoyed it. It was like a game. It was almost like, like putting on a blindfold and having sex, or, you're cutting off one part of what you could be using, right? With the blindfold, you're cutting off your sense of sight, so all of your other senses heighten. And when you're having an outbreak and you're not gonna be having sex, like regular sex, genital to genital sex, then it opens up the doorways for your imagination and your creativity to come in. And all right, so what else can we do? And the sky's the limit. Sensual massage, like kissing each other all over your bodies, like all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, believe me, there's a whole list. and you're only limited by your imagination and your creativity. So that, as opposed to, saying, oh, I'm sorry, I have my cooties, or I'm having an outbreak, we can't be together for a long time, and actually having that mean that, well, gosh, if I'm having an outbreak, that means we can't be intimate, we can't be connected. And that's bullshit. You can totally be connected. It's not all about the sex. And it can be still sensual and loving and connected. So just a big reminder there that letting go of the shame and accepting life as it is and accepting this situation. And so, it's starting to rain. It goes beyond, let me just hurry up. It goes beyond, just disclosing and, okay, well, now that I've got the disclosure over with and I'm accepted, now I don't have to deal with any shame. It's like the shame can keep popping up. And how do we deal with the shame other than in a loving and self-accepting way? It's always an opportunity to love ourselves more and to accept ourselves more whenever that shame pops up. So I gotta run, it's about to rain. Oh, and I'm at a different section of the creek. It's super cool, check it out. There you go. Okay, see ya.